in today's session of Divorce Court. When Ronda met Charles, she knew right away he was the man she wanted to marry and have the big wedding she'd always dreamed of. But Charles talked her into a courthouse wedding, and now after a year of marriage, she says he hasn't fulfilled any of her dreams and she wants a divorce.
What was so exciting about him you had to get down to the courthouse right away?
I fell in love with this man because I thought he was going to be my ideal husband.
But you liked this young man pursuing and chasing you. That excited you.
Yeah.
I told her, do not marry me because I don't have a job. I am not ready to get married, and I don't have anything.
He haven't given me a dime. The only thing he said was, I'm sorry, I messed up the wedding.
Now Ronda Bradford and Charles Bradford face the judge in today's session of Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Mablean Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Charles Bradford and Ronda Bradford. I understand you're here for divorce today, and why else are you here, Ms. Bradford?
I'm here to get $1,300 back that I spent on a dream wedding that Charles and I were supposed to have, and he ruined it due to the fact that he was abusive a week before the wedding.
You spent $1,300 for a dream wedding. What do you mean by a dream wedding?
Well, when I was a child, I've always wanted every girl's dream to have a big wedding. Charles and I were married. We had a courthouse wedding, but we decided to go ahead and have a big wedding.
And you say it didn't happen because of the abuse? What abuse?
Well, a week before the wedding, a week before the big wedding that we were supposed to have, Charles decided to choke me. We got into an argument. He decided to choke me, which made a blood clot come in my eye. I ended up going to the hospital. He ended up going to jail.
A week before you were to be married to him? A week before we were supposed
to be married in the big church. I mean, everything was set.
That's a good thing you found out a week before you had the big church wedding.
Exactly,
you think so?
Exactly.
Did you cancel the wedding?
Yes, I did. I called my pastor. As a matter of fact, that night when I got home from the hospital, I called the pastor.
But you didn't cancel the marriage?
No, I didn't cancel the marriage at that time.
Mr. Bradford?
Well,
what happened to the fairy tale wedding? Why would you choke her a week before the wedding? You didn't want to marry her?
Well, no, it wasn't like that. The fact is I didn't try and choke her. I hit her.
You didn't
I did touch her.
to choke her?
I didn't choke her at all. I mean, we were having an argument. You know, it was a dispute. You know, and it seemed like in my house, in her house, that it's like it's always a ego dispute. There's always a dispute.
But that still justifies, regardless if you're talking to somebody or arguing, you should not touch anybody.
And I just said, okay, I shouldn't have touched her. I agree with that myself. I shouldn't have touched her.
Well, why do you say her house? Was there a problem with her?
Well, it's my apartment. He moved in with me.
It's her apartment.
It's my apartment. He moved in with me.
I mean, the way I see things is this.
And she invited you into her apartment?
Actually, she did.
And then she kept saying, it's my house.
Yeah.
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Yes, she does. Just like now. You know, I mean, I understand she went to college and things like that. I don't knock her for doing things like that. She got her degree, and I'm happy she did get her degree.
And
but
I take it you don't have a degree.
Oh, no, I got two. But little things like that is that... Little things like that is like...
So why you say I don't knock her for going to college then?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm not mad at her for that.
What's the
but
point?
She throw things like that up in my face to try and knock my ego down.
He is lying.
You know what I mean?
Let me hear it, Ms. Bradford.
Okay.
I mean, she throw little things like that, little sly things like that in my face to try and knock my ego down.
The fact that she has a degree?
Like she doesn't do any wrong.
So you're saying she tries to berate you, belittle you?
Yeah, that's all the time,
Your Honor, he is
That's
lying.
all the
How
time.
does that happen if you have
That's
2
all the
degrees?
time,
Aren't you equal?
I mean,
because he does not have 2 degrees. He's lying.
Not equal to her as in her having a criminal justice degree. I got a barbering license and a certified nurse aid license. Other than that, I don't have. See, she got a criminal justice degree.
Do you think you're better than him because you have a criminal justice
degree?
Your Honor,
Sure
it's like
she do.
this.
Rule of thumb. Okay. All 3 of us can't talk at the same time.
Okay, Your Honor, it's like this.
Let me ask the question first.
I'm sorry.
Do you think you're better than him because you have a criminal justice degree?
I do not. No, I do
And he has
not.
a barbering license?
No, I do not.
And a certified nursing license?
No, I do not.
I don't think that's funny.
No, I do not.
A barber is a great trade. Everybody sitting out there has gone to a barber at some point, I imagine. There's nothing wrong with being a barber. Do you try to insult him for that?
No, I did not, Your Honor. It's like when Charles met me, he knew I was in my senior year of college when he met me.
So he was jealous of you?
Exactly. I'm like, if you feel that way, why did you marry me?
I couldn't.
He kept pursuing me.
I was
do not put Charles down. I do not
I was
put
not
him
jealous
down.
of her. It's things that go on in house, and she feel that she needs to say that she got this and she got that just to put me down. Well, you don't have nothing. You don't have
Well,
this.
you don't have
that.
nothing.
Okay,
I mean,
I understood that, but before we got,
You don't.
but before we got married,
Even when we
Your
got
Honor,
married,
but
you
before
try
we
to-
got married, Your Honor, I told her, do not marry me because I didn't have a job when we got
You
married.
did not say do not marry me.
I told her, do not marry me because
If
I
you
don't
didn't
have a
wanna marry
job.
me,
I am
baby,
not
you're the
ready
one
to get
went to the
married,
courthouse and
and I
said,
don't
"I
have
do."
anything.
Okay.
I don't have
Excuse me,
anything.
Mrs. Bradford.
I told her that.
Hold
you
on
see
a
what I'm
second.
saying? I
But
told her
the
that.
point is, by the time it was time for this big wedding,
Yeah.
do you think you had already decided you didn't really want to have the big wedding? Is that why you choked her?
No.
So you could avoid it?
I think it was.
Was that your way of trying to get out of it?
Oh, yeah.
No, that wasn't my way of trying
Oh,
to get
yeah.
out of it.
So explain to me, Ms. Bradford, you said you canceled the wedding, but you didn't leave the marriage.
Stupid. I was crazy.
Who was paying for this wedding?
I paid for it.
You paid for
came out of.
everything?
I paid for everything. My mom helped me out a little bit, but I paid for everything. He didn't come off $1. And then when
That's a lie.
when I asked Charles about the
That's a
money
lie,
and
man.
everything, he's like, "Oh,
That's a
I'll
lie.
pay you, I'll pay you," and
That's
he
a
never
lie.
gave me a
What
dime.
did you pay for, Mr.
That's a lie.
Bradford?
I mean, I didn't pay for like.
What
like the
did
big
you pay
things.
for?
Like I helped her pay.
Help me do what?
For
What
like,
did you pay for?
The invitations
He's
and
thinking.
things like that.
Oh, Your Honor,
What
my
did you
mother
pay? How
helped
much
me.
did you contribute to the
Invitations,
invitation?
Things like that.
He has no
Probably
receipts,
a
nothing.
bill.
Hold on, Ms. Bradford.
Probably
Excuse
about a
me?
bill. Probably about a bill, 50, something like that.
What's a bill 50? $1.50?
$150.
$150?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
You think you contributed that?
I know I did.
Your Honor, he is lying.
Were you interested in this big
Yes,
wedding,
I
or
was.
was this just her fairy
Yes, I
tale
was.
wedding, and there was going to be a
I
mate?
was interested in the wedding because even though we didn't have it, I still considered the fact that she wanted to get married, and I told her that we still can do it because we weren't getting divorced after the incident.
There was nowhere in the world I would walk down the aisle.
You still wanted to have the big wedding.
But if
in that
that was the
dress
case,
with
then she
him.
would have divorced me right then. I mean, if it was like that.
Is that
you
what
know?
you're saying to me? That
What?
afterwards you still wanted to have the big wedding?
Sure.
With her eye black and all, you wanted to go like that?
She didn't look.
I had a
like
blood
she
clot
said
in
she
my
did.
eye. I wish I would have had pictures, Your Honor. You should have seen them. Everything was planned. There was, I mean, even I have stuff here. I have items here that
Let
has
me
the
see
dates.
what you have.
I have napkins. I have it all.
You
I
had-
have
you had
pictures
the
of the
napkins
wedding
done?
dress. I had
Since she decided to
pictures.
stay, like I told her, we could
See,
have
she
got married
decided to
again.
stay.
So
Both of
that's-
you in this together. You didn't
I
leave.
know. That's what she should understand. We're both in this together, but she can't come and put down everything on me.
Oh, it's you.
You know?
It is you.
And it's you too, sweetheart.
It's all on you, baby.
It's all on you.
Stop the bickering.
That's her life. She loved the bicker. I don't
so
like
do
the
you.
bickering.
Stop
But
the
I'm
bickering.
not
You're the one whose mouth is open now.
I'm not gonna let her overtalk me neither.
If I say stop the bickering, you're going to shut up. And that goes for both of you. You're not at home in your house now. You're in my kingdom, okay? These are the matches that you were going to give out to your guests.
Yes, ma'am.
You had your wedding gown made.
No, I went to a store and bought it.
It's a beautiful gown.
Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna wear it. I wear it with the next man.
Hey, baby, and I'll be with the next woman,
I
sweetheart.
said stop the bickering.
Well, tell her to quit coming at me with
No, you control your mouth, and you control your mouth, Ms. Bradford. Just
That's the
because
hardest
somebody
part in the
says
home.
something,
That is the hardest part at our house, controlling mouths.
and you having a
That is
hard
the
part
hardest
in this
one.
house.
When divorce court returns, Charles asks for a second chance.
If we're gonna be married, at least let me try to make up for the wrong I done.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce court is back in the case of Ronda Bradford, who is divorcing her husband Charles because she says he never gave her the fairy tale wedding he promised.
Where are the receipts to tell me how much money you put out on all of this? Were both of you working?
Yes.
Yes.
So what's the $1,300? Because you only giving me $423 and $49.
I have other bills. For
the wedding?
No, that's not from the wedding. It's from something.
Do you have any other receipts for
No, ma'am. I didn't bring them.
associated with the wedding?
No, ma'am.
I see that the napkins were printed, and I take it you had to pay to have these
Oh, of
napkins
course.
printed. How much did you pay for that?
Those were like, because I had ordered like 400, they were like $200.
Those napkins wasn't no $200.
Did she pay a dime on them?
Sure.
How much were they,
Okay.
Mr. Bradford?
I mean, I really don't remember, you know.
You really don't
But
remember?
I know there wasn't no $200.
Say it out loud. Don't mumble. Say, I really don't remember.
I don't remember. But I know there wasn't $200.
Did you go with her to get the gown too?
Yes, ma'am.
No, he wanted me to go pay on the layaway. He didn't see the gown.
I didn't see the gown, but I went with her, you know.
He didn't contribute a dime.
Did you pay anything for him? Did you buy a tux or anything like that for him?
Nope.
What was he going to wear?
He was gonna do his. He was gonna do his
I was
own
gonna do
thing.
my own thing.
The wedding party, which included like 8 guys, most of those guys paid on their tuxes and everything. I had to end up giving my little brother his money back because the wedding was canceled, and that was $40.
Like I told her, I would pay her brother for the tux. I told her that. I give him the $40 for the tux.
Your Honor, saying and
No.
doing is 2 different things.
She
How long
didn't give
ago
me a
did he tell
chance.
you?
She don't give me a
Charles
chance to
told
do
me
anything.
this like in December of last year.
She don't give me a chance
And
to
he
do
never gave
anything.
him a
Between
dime.
November and September, that's 10 months.
He didn't give him
She
a
had
dime.
already done it. When
Okay,
I
but
told her that I
between-
was going to do it, but she had already
Okay,
done
so
it.
since she had
she
done
takes
it,
up
you
on
couldn't give
herself
her
to
the
do things
$40
like that.
back?
I could give her $40 back. That is no problem. But she takes up on her own to do
Since there's
things.
no problem, pull it out your pocket and give it
when
to
I
her.
offer to do things for her, she won't let me do it.
But
Your Honor,
okay, you
he's
offered to
lying.
pay her back.
Ooh, he's
You
a big
offered to
liar.
pay. He paid in advance. She paid in advance. It's been 10 months, and you haven't paid her back.
He haven't given me a dime.
Be
He has
quiet,
not
Miss-
ordered-
I haven't
Bradford?
gave you a dime on what?
Only thing he said was, "I'm sorry.
A
I
dime on
messed up the
what?
wedding."
Be quiet. He
A
just
dime on
said
what?
that it's no big deal, no problem. He'll
Well,
pay you back.
it's not. I mean, it's not like it's no
Mr.
problem.
Bradford,
But
go
it's,
to your wallet. Got $40?
No,
You don't have $40.
no, I ain't got $40.
Got a checkbook?
No,
So now how long is it going to take you to give it to her?
oh, it's not gonna take me long at all.
Where's your checkbook?
I'm from
At home?
Houston. Yeah, that's where it's at.
I'm still trying to understand, though, Ms. Bradford. How long after he choked you and the wedding was called off? It's been over a year, hasn't it been that?
Yes.
And you stayed there another year?
Well, actually, we were separated on and off for like 4 months. I mean, it was my apartment. I kept putting him out, as a matter of fact. I just put him out recently.
What was so exciting about him you had to get down to the courthouse right away?
Well, it was like this, Your Honor. When I met Charles, Charles kept pursuing me. You know, I liked him as a friend and everything. And to be honest, I was because I'm older than him.
So you liked being
See?
chased by him?
See,
I
she
guess
like to
that
mention
was-
that
that's what it
age
was.
thing. See, it's an age barrier.
used to be
with
an
her.
age barrier.
No, it's an age
She was
barrier
talking to me.
now with her.
She
It's
was
an
talking to
age
me.
barrier.
You're older than him.
Yes, I am.
How many years?
10.
And you knew that at the beginning,
Yes.
right? But you liked this young man pursuing and chasing you.
Yeah.
That excited you.
I mean, he had money then. I mean, he spent money. He did the world for me then.
I spend money
He
now.
took care of me then.
I spend money now.
how many
Then we
months
got
did this
I spend
happen?
money now.
It was like after we got,
I
this
spend
was like
money now.
7 months.
Be quiet, Mr. Brett. So
like
it was a
7
whirlwind
months.
romance and he spent money.
He did the world. It wasn't just the money. It was the money. It was like the way he treated me. You know, I fell in love with this man because I thought he was going to be my ideal
You fell in
husband.
love with the things that he was giving you. You didn't
That's
fall in
it.
love with
That's
that
what
man.
she fell in
That's
love
what
with.
probably
You didn't get a chance to
Thank
know
you.
the man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
I
why
had
you
just-
gonna say thank you?
Because
You
that's
the
the
one put it out
truth.
there.
It's the truth.
Well, you know what?
Your Honor, it's the truth. I'm not
Listen to
trying
me. Be quiet. She fell in love with the things that you were giving her because that's all you were offering. You weren't letting her know your true self.
Yes, I
you were
was.
buying her with the things.
Yes, I were.
He was trying to
But she
reel
was
me in,
knocking
Your Honor.
the truth that I was giving her. She was knocking it to the floor.
Well, she didn't know that you would choke her and beat her. You didn't show her that part.
Not until after we got married. I didn't see that.
Did you
I was
show her
wrong.
that part?
I was wrong for that
No,
part.
but did you show her
No,
that
I
you would get
didn't.
angry
No, I
and hit
didn't.
her?
No, I didn't. I
Right.
did not show her that part. One thing she need to understand is this. Regardless of the things I've done, I know I was wrong for it. I was a man and admitted it to her. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like this. If we're going to be married, at least let me try to make up for the wrong I done. Let me step up and do some kind of responsibility.
How are you going to
like
keep
the kids,
making up
like the
and
children,
you keep messing up?
like the children.
I think she's had enough of that.
Okay, every
It's
time,
constantly-
okay,
he'll-
it's like this.
he-
Okay, it's like this.
He goes out, buys flowers. Okay, baby, I love you. Then he'll
No.
turn around and mess up again.
No,
Okay,
I
I
don't.
understand
No,
he's
I don't.
young.
No, I don't. Ronda,
but like
I
I
haven't-
told him, when you got into
Your
a
Honor,
marriage,
I haven't done anything. I've been trying to make it up since we've been together.
doesn't want it.
again. I know she don't, and
Right?
I understand. I understand that.
But now that you know she
You see-
doesn't want to
you
make
get
it
what I'm
up,
saying?
all she wants is you to reimburse
That's
her
why I
for the
haven't-
money she put out for the wedding.
Exactly.
Hey, I mean, for the
What?
For the what?
for the
the
wedding.
wedding.
Reimburse her what?
for the money she put out for the wedding. She said $1,300.
She canceled
doesn't
that.
have receipts for $1,300.
She canceled
I
that.
canceled that because of
She
why?
canceled that, dog.
Because of what you did to me,
Nah.
darling. I wasn't
You
walking
canceled
down
it.
no aisle
You spent the money
with a
on
blood
it.
clot in my
Don't
eye.
need it.
There was no way I was walking
You
down
canceled
the aisle.
it. You spent the money on it.
And
You
Your
don't
Honor,
need it,
did you
baby.
know what he did when I put him out recently? We had bills. We had bills up to, we had bills. I put him out. He turned around and told me, oh, I'm not going to give you any money. He just got paid recently. I'm not going to give you any money. You put me out. Those are your bills now.
Well, the reason you all had bills because you were both trying to outspend each other and give each other things instead of giving each other love. I'm going to take a break and make a decision on the issue that's before me.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict and an update on the case of Verena Gunn versus Jason Gunn.
You've had this man believing for almost 2 years that he had a set of children that were with your mother?
Yes.
Divorce Court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce Court is back and the verdict is in the case of Ronda Bradford, who is divorcing her husband Charles because he refused to be part of her fairy tale wedding.
Back in the matter of Charles Bradford and Ronda Bradford, it took me a while because whereas it may seem real simple what the answer is in this case and what the solution is not that simple. Ms. Bradford, if you had left him immediately after the abuse and during the time that he had injured you, which was the reason you called off the wedding, then contractually I could look at it and say there was a contract and an agreement for a wedding. The money was spent, but he didn't follow through on the contract, so therefore he has to reimburse you, but you stayed there. You stayed there another year. And I understand and I sympathize with your reasoning and why you called off the wedding was because of the domestic abuse. I do say, Mr. Bradford, that you contributed to that cancellation because certainly she didn't want to do it under those circumstances. But as much as I've tried to stretch this in what I believe is fairness and equity, I can't. What I'm going to order is that you reimburse her the $40, which you promised, and that's because he promised. And you stood before me today and said, and you know, if you don't get that smirk off your face, because it's really not funny to me.
It's not funny. It shouldn't even have to go down like this.
You need to be quiet while you're ahead. But now you come to the court and say, I want him to repay me for it. Obviously, you forgave him for calling off the wedding, for the expenses that you had to put out for the wedding, because you stayed with him for the rest of at least another year.
Well, it was just the total. No. It was just 1 year total.
That's what I'm saying. You stayed with him. But you promised to pay her the $40. Now, you don't have your checkbook today, and you don't have $40 in your pocket, and you're claiming that you would have done it, but she didn't give you time and the opportunity. I'm going to give you time and the opportunity, and I expect you to pay it. You will have to the end of this week to give her the $40. It's not much, but that's the best I can do for you in terms of that. That's the judgment of the court. So ordered.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Verena Gunn versus Jason Gunn.
How long did this lie take place?
I just recently told him a couple months ago.
And how long ago was the death of the children?
2 years.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. After 3 years of marriage, Jason said he could never forgive his wife Verena for lying to him about the death of their twins.
How long did this lie take place?
I just recently told him a couple months ago.
And how long ago was the death of the children?
2 years.
You've had this man believing for almost 2 years that he had a set of children that were with your mother?
Yes.
How could you live with yourself with that kind of lie?
Jason wanted to start his life over, but Verena wanted him to pay for her to get their furniture out of storage.
If you want it, you're supposed to pay the storage bill because she has kept it.
I think I should have it because of the loss that I've already gone through.
The judge agreed with Verena, and Jason says he cannot wait to put this part of his life behind him.
I think the verdict was unfair because I still believe that Charles should have paid at least half of $1,300, and I don't think that that was right. I don't think the judgment was right.
I don't want the marriage to be over, but if it have to, it just have to. I'll pay her $40, and that just be it.
But you know what? I wish Charles all the best luck in the world, and good luck to the next woman.